I watched Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And I liked. Okay, over. Bye. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. This is Doctor Strange's second movie, but we've seen him loads. We've seen him in everything. I think it's like the 7th movie that we're seeing him. Directed by Sam Raimi, who is practically perfect in every way. He did the original Spider-Man movies. Yeah, he invented the genre. So they got him in. He makes a good movie. That's the entire review. Let's now. I want some tea.
One question. He's been in 7 movies, but which number of the Doctor Strange movies?
This is number 2. Number 2, they are aware that a person may wander in and wonder, hey, what is Doctor Strange? So they introduce him, they give him a background, they do all the things that are on the list of how to make a good movie. They do an opening scene that doubles as an action scene, which is this is a superhero movie. We want an action scene. It doubles as personal development moment, because it's a personal development moment in his life. He's watching his girlfriend marry somebody else. Yikes. Introduces the character of the new character of the movie, which is a young lady. Her name is America Chavez, and suitably cast. A young lady, I think she was like 15 when she played it, so but in the next movie she's gonna be a little older. She can last many movies, and she is related to what Doctor Strange does, which is multiverse stuff, because Doctor Strange cannot touch the timeline, and what do you get if you mess with the timeline? You get bloody multiverses, or they have an adventure. This movie has 2 major issues, and only one of them is actually the movie's fault, and only peripherally. Number one issue is that this movie does not have an upward trend towards a big adventure movie thing, because there isn't a big adventure type bad guy. They don't have one yet. So the tension that you had in some of the lesser, this is supposed to be a lesser, this counts as a lesser MCU movie. The other ones, they had like the tension arc towards the Infinity War, and that is not here, and that is not this movie's fault. The other big issue that this movie has is that Doctor Strange has this multiverse plot connected to its franchise, and multiverse is complicated. We're getting complicated here. This movie concentrates on trying to put the idea of multiverse for people who've never seen it, without trying to drown them in it, and still doing a major plot also for people who do know what multiverses are. And the multiverse in this case is the America type, the character accidentally punches holes in the universe to another universe and falls through it. Unfortunately, like I said, it's accidental, so she has no control of it, and she ends up with a Doctor Strange from another universe, who is obviously not our Doctor Strange, because he has his hair down his back. And they arrive, and they end up dead. He ends up dead, so Doctor Strange dies, and she ends up here and falls into the lap of our Doctor Strange, who's never seen her before. And the multiverse is there's a big bad, or a little big bad, the big bad of today, who is using a trick to get from universe to universe for her own reasons. And guess who? It is Scarlet Witch, which we know from Age of Ultron and from Avenger movies and from her own franchise series, WandaVision. This film is actually filmed just after WandaVision was done filming, so it takes on, for people who've seen WandaVision, the kids, same kids, I like, and same Wanda, of course. But after it's been done, the thing that they get wrong, and I think I understand why, is that the WandaVision series gives her a certain gives her character a certain slant and a certain story and an arc and a conclusion, and this Wanda doesn't 100% fit that conclusion. She's a little bit, because she needs to be the bad guy in this, she's a little bit more bad guyish than she was when she left WandaVision. She left WandaVision with having learned something, and she has to learn a similar lesson here. And I think that has to do with the fact that these television shows, when they're making them, people change stuff around, and by the time you're done, this film was already filming and set up, and you can't really change much because the central plot requires that. Wanda wants to go to another universe and get those same kids that she had in WandaVision back with her, another version of her from another Wanda who is not Scarlet Witch. And that's where the actual multiverse comes in. This is an actual other Wanda who has 2 lovely kids, lives in a lovely house. And this Wanda is trying to steal them. This thing is full of smart writing, because the plot is very complicated, and they have to put these elements to use, and he just writes smartly from one scene to the next, and then try to introduce the multiverse and try to realize that people are not used to multiverse. You have to introduce the idea, and you have to then show what another person in another universe might what they might look like. But you don't want to show too many of them, so they very smartly, other than of Doctor Strange, there is only ever one other multiverse copy of the person. They are never in the room together, and some of them there's only where they're in in the original there's nobody. The person is already gone. In the other universe, they are there. They actually go to a universe where Doctor Strange himself is dead. They go to but there's his girlfriend, or the girl he likes, who married somebody else in this universe, is there, and they have connection for reasons of universe integrity. They say, "Oh, we can't do something together." I hope they change their mind on that one, but. The film uses a lot of shorthand and combining of scenes where you have an action scene, but he also introduces a new character, and also they are at the wedding of somebody else at the same time, or they have a moment where they're in another universe where they walk through a street and they are captured in a beam of that takes a memory and shows it, and as a technology of that universe. So they showcase that universe as having technology that we don't. Then they show the memory, first her memory and then his memory, or whichever way around, giving instant character exposition, because it shows where she came from, which we know nothing about her. She had 2 moms, by the way, which was interesting. And then it shows some more about his life, and that he's not so good at keeping relationships. And that combining that in just a couple of seconds, for a couple of minutes, is really smart, because you've showcased that the different universe is very different, and they keep showcasing other universe is very different. The lighting is different. The even if they have a New York street, it's a different kind of New York street. They kept going with that. There's a lot visually going on in this movie, but these Marvel movies are very much about the visuals. It's like a fun ride, at the park in visuals, and if you watch you can watch it again and see some more, and watch it again and see some more, because it is that dense. All of them, this one and the Thor movies, which I just saw, is the same thing, dense in filledness. And even so, you have a story you can follow. It is a complicated story. Basically, the film is an exercise in how to make a film like this properly. You introduce the characters one at a time. You give them just enough time to introduce, but you don't have too much time to spend on it, so you go on to the next. But you give it just enough, and give the plot just enough, give the development just enough. It's all just enough to get to the end, because they do realize they are a superhero movie. They have to show action scenes, good visuals. That is the franchise. In the meantime, they have Cumberbatch, who is marvelous, and he can carry it. This new girl, Chavez, is also. I just took a look and it's impronounceable, so I'm not going to try and pronounce it. It's got an X in it. Forget it. You're dead.
Welke taal is het?
Some Spanish language, or maybe even an old.
Chiwetel Gomez?
Yeah. Miss Gomez.
Chiwetel Gomez?
I'm not going to try.
Yeah. Miss Gomez.
Miss Gomez, who has an impronounceable first name, which I'm not going to even try to come near to. I'm going to wait until I see an interview with her. Is actually quite young. She's wonderful. One thing that they did, because the character fell through a hole through time when she was maybe 8 years old, and has been traveling through time and through the multiverse all the time, basically homeless since then. They made the decision not to make her not look like a homeless person. She's well taken care of, and these films are glitzy, and we don't want to see disheveled girls in it. I'm sorry, we don't want. There's a lot of things we don't want to see in these movies, and they try to only associate that sort of stuff with bad people, like dead kids, and bad people get dead kids, and preferably none at all. And I like, because the actress is actually that young, so yeah, they have lots of scope with her. She is left over at the end, so she joins the Hermitage, which is his his temple, not his temple, but the temple he also belongs to. The Scarlet Witch plot line was good, but like I said, she came in it with not quite the right way from if you watched WandaVision. I actually watched WandaVision after I watched this, so but still I was going, no, not really. It is a good plot in itself. It's okay. I like it. There was a woman bad guy, and she has plenty of oomph, and doesn't let Doctor Strange get away with a lot. So that was good. And this is an in-between movie, so this is not a big bad, and we don't know if this was actually taken care of. She may have changed her mind, or she may be dead. I think they did a lot of work on trying to humanize Doctor Strange, because he is an old fellow, and even at the best of times he is super surgeon, uber nerd kind of person. He's not likable straight out of the box. He knows everything better than anybody else. So they did their best to try and humanize him with personal scenes, and having him not get his girl, and then meeting somebody who is exactly like his girl, and he has to deal with that. So these kind of people know how to make a movie. It's good. Production,
gorgeous.
Special effects,
gorgeous.
Characters acting, the
sublime.
The costumes,
stunning.
See, Peanut Gallery knows everything. This is a good movie. It made oodles and oodles of money. I actually looked up just now what money these movies make, because I was slightly worried, because if it's an in-between movie, is it not going to make its money back? It made it money back and then some. Oh my god, it didn't break $1 billion. This close. It's 800 million
So
worldwide.
far.
From like May, and
Because after a while they put on the international,
that's international.
including.
Yeah. This is from the complete first run, because it came out in May. It's now July, so it's 2 months. So yeah. So it means they're going to be making more. I like that. Cumberbatch seems to be there. Cumberbatch is very bankable. We knew that. But Cumberbatch is the kind of guy who was just there for it. I mean, he did like 7 movies already in smaller and bigger parts, and so he's there for it. They have Sam Raimi. I'm sure he's there for it. He invented some of this genre. So. As the movie versions of these genres, how to make choices. One of the things I really liked, Sam Raimi knows his shtick. They had 5 different Doctor Stranges in the multiverse, and he made sure that every single one was completely different. There was our prime, ours, the one with the long hair. There was the dark one. It was very different. They actually had it down. They juked it out. That was pretty good. There was the dead one. He came to a universe where there's nothing but a statue. And there was one other one. But yeah. And the amount of Easter eggs, there probably were more than I caught, because I'm not that versed on Doctor Strange. But if you go multiverse, you can do different versions of the same people that you already know, including some that actually are peripherally attached to this franchise, but not ever in this franchise because it has a franchise of its own. X-Men. And a certain bald-headed Brit.
No. Nice.
Yeah, he did his role again in it, and he was really good. I think he did ask, "Can I just wear my regular outfit?" And I said, "Sure, we'll take you any which way it can get you." So he did it in his normal outfit. Like it's the kind of stuff he would wear in his Instagram photos. So yeah, yeah, you know. You go to this movie, you go home happy, even if you not really a big fan of multiverses or anything like that. But you know, anything. At least Picard is there. He's not Picard, but he is there. he's Xavier, of course, from the X-Men. So. I don't know what more you can possibly. Well, it worked. So I was, like I said, I was worried that maybe it wouldn't work. It worked. It's a success. More, please. Yes.
And likely that there will be more.
And likely that there will be more.
The box office says yay.
So well, that's my opinion, and I'm out of here.